Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Relatively Gaming. I am your host, Turn-Based TJ, and I'm joined with my lovely co-host, the legendary streamer Enigma 9011.
Hi guys, legendary, sure. In some circles.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to see you, man. Are you doing well?
Yeah, I'm actually doing really well. I mean, when we're recording, a little sneak behind the curtain. It's Friday, so it's the end of the work week, so I'm happy with that. Looking forward to the weekend, and yeah, just feeling surprisingly good overall. What about you?
Yeah, doing pretty fantastic. Played Baldur's Gate 3 with a friend earlier, and the online multiplayer in that game is impressive. It's very good.
Oh, good, nice.
So, which leads us into what have you been playing? What are you going to play this weekend, probably, and what are you playing now?
Oof. Okay, so let's get the elephant out of the room. So last episode, which I hope you guys watched, I talked about a little game that had a demo out now called Hell Is Us. So I
Hmm.
did my homework and I played it. Oh my god, this demo sold me on this game so hard. Um, so it's a healthy demo. No, like not like a 30 minutes. I think I played it for like an hour, maybe two. Like you have the really a lot of freedom to explore. So they open up with this story where it's kind of I don't want to say Tarantino because I've only seen maybe one or two Tarantino films, but that kind of aspect where they start either at the end or later into the story, and then it's like kind of not flashbacky, but you're kind of like retelling what happened with this character and their
Okay.
journey. So you kind of get thrown right into it, and you're like, all right, what are you even trying to do, sir? But it's, yeah, this semi open world. I mean, it's not linear, but you definitely have some freedom to explore. And they really make sure that you know this right off the bat of the game. Um, hold on, I took a picture of it because I thought it was so funny. Warning: our game has no map, no markers indicating where people or things are, where to go next, or who to talk to. We will
Hmm.
never tell you precisely what must be done or how to do it. To thrive in hell is us, you will need to pay attention to your environment, listen, and be vigilant. And to me, I was like, crap. Because me, dumb brain, I'm like, I'm going to forget something, whatever. But it really, I think it was good they put that warning in there because I was really making sure like I was focused, locked in, as the kids are saying, as I get more gray hairs, um, of like what I'm doing, the conversations I'm having with characters, and like the details I'm learning about this world. And yeah, I was just having a great time. So about like halfway through the demo, you're just exploring. You're trying to find like how to get to a certain town. I believe you're looking for your parents, if I recall correctly. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. And in doing so, you find these monsters that are kind of for my Kingdom Hearts fans. You guys remember the nobodies, like the slinky white dudes at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2? They kind of look like them, but a whole lot scarier because they just got a black hole for a face. So you run into them, and then obviously you're in the combat from there, and it's really satisfying. I think I compared it last time just from a visual standpoint. Like it feels like it's going to be a Souls-like. Yes and no. I would say they took Souls-like elements where you have to be very on top of your combat. Like you kind of got to think it out. You can't just go in there and hack and slash your way, and you're gonna make it through everybody. You got to be a little bit more methodic. Um, and when you take a hit, your health and your stamina are intrinsically tied together. So the more health you have, the more stamina you have. The less health you have, the less stamina you have, and you have to balance that. However, unlike a Souls like, very forgiving. So how it works is after each combo or even just every attack, you'll have this like ring of light go around your character. Kind of looks like fireflies and then goes to a solid ring. Whenever that solid ring goes around your character, it's almost like a QTE, a quick time event. If you hit a button, it will heal you a certain amount of damage, whatever you dealt to your health bar. So you're constantly able to get this health back, kind of like a Bloodborne, how you had the certain, like, I got hit, I can recover this amount of health until I get hit again, but you're just constantly able to get back to full health, or recover at least, to make some moves. And that helped. I was like, oh, that's nice, because even if you mess up, you're like, all right, well, I'll adjust and I'll be fine. It's not a panic like Dark Souls earlier this week in stream world of like, I'm gonna die. You can make a bounce back and go from there. I didn't fight any bosses in this demo, so I don't know if like they'll compare more to a Souls-like boss, where obviously there's that little difficulty spike and it's a task. But in terms of a world and a story and the gameplay, it checked all the boxes for me. I had it wishlisted on PlayStation, which is where I played the demo here, for a while now since their announcement trailer. After I finished this demo, I told you off podcast or off recording, pre-ordered it immediately. It's going to be coming out in 2 weeks, so I'm just really looking forward to that, and diving more into it. Selfishly, I also discovered another weapon in this game. So Poster Child, he has a sword that he uses. I found these 2 axes, like Thunder from Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat. Blanking on his name. But I was just whipping those things around. And I was like, this is so awesome. So I had a great time with it. But that's what I've been playing recently. And then maybe I'll talk about something more. But do you have any questions about the game as I rambled as per usual?
Yeah, that warning would have scared me off because I'll be honest, the one thing I hate about video games the most is when I don't know what to do or where to go. It gets so frustrating. I get frustrated very easily with that.
Sure.
Like I said, that's kind of why I love Dead Space so much, is because you push a button and and a light beam just tells you exactly where to go. Mm-hmm. So you don't get lost in the big derelict ship. But yeah, I don't know if I would like that game or not. But then again, Dark Souls kind of does that. I know you're saying that this game's more forgiving, but Dark Souls doesn't really tell you where to go.
No.
Like you ended up in the skeleton graveyard. Which is like the classic. I think every Dark Souls player has gone to the skeleton graveyard and just got ganked by like 6 skeletons. So it seems like it's where you're supposed to go, and it's just not.
Right.
So Dark Souls kind of does that, and I do love that game. So I don't know. Maybe I would be into it. I have the demo downloaded. I just haven't played it yet, but I didn't know about the not telling you where to go thing. That might throw me off.
Sure. And I think I agree with you. That definitely was like, ooh, red flag. And I heard about it from, once again, shout out to the Trophy Room PlayStation podcast and Kyle over there who had played the demo. I heard it from him too, and I was like, oof, yeah, I don't know about that. I think it's just so you're at least given that heads up, because once I was in the game, once again, I was a little bit more diligent of like, all right, I got to focus on what this guy's saying, try and connect dots of like, oh, he's talking about X. I need to go to that spot or somewhere along those lines. If you want to do everything, I guess, that this game has to offer, because there's little side quests or everything like that, I think certainly that would be key of like, okay, they want a med kit, and they told me this med kit is in this crash site up the mountain. How do I get up the mountain? How do I navigate up there? Like, if you want to do everything, I think that's certainly the point. For the demo, how it opens up once you get to the retelling of your story, I think I talked about it last week, but there's like landmarks of like, this is a big thing, this direction. You can kind of place yourself in the world. Ultimately, you're just trying to get to that. It's a tower, for example, in this demo. Like, get to the tower. That's your main thing. So as long as you're aiming towards that, you're fine. And also, while being open world, I don't think it's that bad. Like I said, it's open world, but it's like in a defined area. So
okay,
I never felt super lost. I always was like, oh, there is a little path over this way I can go. Maybe I'll circle back to it at certain points and do that. So I didn't feel super lost of like, I got distracted and I went this way, and then how do I get back to where it wasn't that bad of like, how do I get back to the main objective or anything like that.
Okay, it also sounds like it's one of those classic like bring a notepad type of games, at least for the side quests, so you can remember that the person has the med kit. And My good friend who I played Baldur's Gate with, he loves those. Like having a notepad out, like old CRPGs and stuff do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that is a plus instead of a negative, you know?
Sure. Yeah, you certainly could do that. I don't know if it's necessary, but I mean, if it helps your experience or anybody's experience, then why not? They do have logs, so like for your main quest to find your parents, it's kind of almost like a spider web, like the Charlie Day meme of like connecting all the points. They'll have it like this guy that I talked to. This is the information or key information that I learned from them, and then I did this thing, and this is what I learned from it. And you're like solving the mystery by collecting more data, I guess you could say.
Okay, or like Alan Wake 2 when she has the room.
I believe so.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you ever played Alan Wake 2.
No, shout out to Jeff Reg. I watched him play some of it here and there. So, but no, I have not played it myself. But yeah, that sounds about right.
Fantastic. You playing anything else, or has that been the main game?
That was the big one I wanted to talk about. In terms of like what I'm going to play this weekend, I've been playing Saints Row the Third on and off, just as my like veg out, zone out game. I wasn't sure when we were going to be recording this episode, but Sword of the Sea, I believe that's what it's called, just dropped on PlayStation Plus. If you've played Journey, this is the same devs that made that. And this is a shorter experience where it's like Journey, but you're on like a surfboard in the dunes and sand. So I'm looking forward to jumping into that and having a chill time.
Yeah, that sounds really cool, actually. I might have to give that a chance, even though I don't have PlayStation Plus, but I might.
Yeah, it's just like, if you do have PlayStation, it's like, and you're part of the extra tier, you get indies for free sometimes. So I was like, oh, perfect.
Fantastic. Well, I have been playing this game called Void Bastards.
Okay, I've heard of it, but I don't know much. Cool. Tell me more.
Okay, yeah, it's a roguelike first-person shooter. But unlike other roguelike first-person shooters like Ziggurat and Gunfire Reborn, you're not just like killing dudes. You have like specific missions and stuff. So what you are is a prisoner on a ship, and there's this AI named Steve, and the AI wants you to go onto ships and find scrap materials to make things.
Okay.
And ultimately, you're trying to make like a hyperdrive so that you can fly out of this area because it's just a bunch of like broken derelict ships around this prison.
Sure.
So your map is like derelict ships. Like I don't know if you ever played Slay the Spire or whatever. Okay. Well, some roguelites they have like this map system. I think Cult of the Lamb does it as well, where you have like choices that you can make, and it's like branching spiderweb paths.
Okay.
So you have that, but every path is a ship. And you only have so much fuel and food. You consume one fuel and one food every time you jump to a ship.
Gotcha.
And so you can skip ships, but that consumes your resources. So then what you have to do is you have to go onto the ships. And when you go onto the ships, you have a certain amount of time with your oxygen. So it's time, so it's very stressful. And you want to gather as many resources as you can and take as less damage as you can because the damage carries over too. So it's very fun because it's very confined and concise. Like you have actual goals instead of just killing people.
Cool.
Like a lot of times in the ship there will be no power, so you have to go find the power generator and turn it on. Because the main thing you want to do is go to the helm of the ship, and on the helm you push a button and it tells you where all the items are. So it's very helpful to go and collect them when you only have a certain amount of time with the oxygen.
Right.
So yeah, it's just fun. Sometimes you don't want to fight even because the enemies are too strong. You just want to run away, and you can lock doors behind you, like seal them. So you're just like going around the ship, like sealing doors and trying to set up traps and maybe shoot some enemies here or there. It's very fun though. There's a wide variety of them. Sometimes they'll have like security cameras. Sometimes they'll I don't know, there'll just be dudes on there, but it's just a really fun time. I've really been enjoying it. I can't stop playing it, honestly. It's definitely one of those second screen games where I have something else on and I'm playing Void Bastards on the other screen.
Nice.
But I definitely recommend it if you ever get a chance. I don't think it's too expensive if I remember correctly. I think it's like $15 or something.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of those ones.
Very good.
I've heard the name float around from time to time, but yeah, I didn't know too much about it, so that's cool. Roguelikes, I know they're very 50-50 for me. Like, I like them a lot, but sometimes it's like, oh boy, I'm in for a challenge here or whatever. But neat.
Yeah. No, it's definitely challenging, but then every time you die, you get a new prison. The AI bot brings the ship back to the prison and gets a new prisoner.
Okay.
And each prisoner has different stats and abilities.
Oh, I think that similar game, or it sounds like it's taking mechanics from a similar game, Rogue Legacy.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it's exactly like that. Where
Okay.
Rogue Legacy,
Cool.
you get different abilities every time.
Yeah.
Um, also, it has a really cool comic book style,
Hmm.
where when you die, for example, it shows like a comic book panel page, and then the art style itself is like a Borderlands cel shaded
Cool.
type situation. So it's very cool. So I'm playing that a lot. I've also been playing Mario Wonder, Super Mario Brothers
Okay.
Wonder,
Okay.
which I think is the best 2D Mario game since Super Mario World, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's very fun. I don't know if you ever have you had a chance to play Wonder?
No, is that the elephant one?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can turn into an elephant. Hey, it's better than turning into a cat, okay?
What do you mean? It doesn't look exactly like the Tanuki suit, but yes, it does different stuff. All right, whatever.
Yeah, but that game is great because there's wonder seeds on every level,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't necessarily find them every time. Like the early stuff, like it's pretty easy to find, but excuse me. And some later levels and stuff, it's like really hard to find the wonder seed, and when you find it, it like completely changes the level.
Oh.
So they're really fun, and it's gonna be fun for me. I'm on like the penultimate mission.
Nice.
I have like one more to go, and then I have to kill Bowser, and yeah, sorry.
You're good.
I forgot what I was saying.
You're murdering Bowser.
Yeah, I'm murdering Bowser. I'm on the penultimate episode, penultimate mission, and yeah, I have yet to find a lot of the Wonder Seeds. So I think it's going to be exciting for me after I beat the game to go back
Sure.
and find all the Wonder Seeds. That's what I was trying to say.
There you go. So it changes the level up. Do you get anything? Like, do you get bonus levels for collecting so many of them or anything like that?
I'm not sure, honestly. I don't think there is. A lot of the levels are gate kept by how many Wonder Coins you have
Okay.
and Wonder Seeds and stuff. So you have to like collect those in order to progress in the game,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool. And also, they didn't shy away from the difficulty. A lot of later levels they're pretty difficult. They're like Super Mario World hard, which they haven't done in the new Super Mario Brothers games. In my opinion, I don't think those games have been very difficult.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played many, if any, in a while. I mean, I have the Switch, but yeah, the Switch kind of does not do a lot, especially in the Mario
Collects
realm.
dust.
Yeah. I mean, I love Super Mario World, but obviously, yeah, that was, oh boy, SNES, Super Nintendo era?
Yeah, Super Nintendo era, yeah.
Yikes. I mean, I played some of the 3D Marios more recently with Sunshine. But yeah, there's definitely a gap in my knowledge. Oh, maybe the Wii. The Wii had one. I might have played that
Yeah,
one.
New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Probably. Yeah, that might have been my last one.
Another thing I love about World, just to wrap it up, but to say is that you can choose between a wide variety of characters.
Okay.
There's like 8 characters you can choose. So I've never played as Mario. I always play as Luigi. And they have a badge system, so you can equip like an ability. So you have different abilities that you can use, and it's fun to go back to the levels with the different abilities selected.
Sure.
So like it really adds a lot of replayability. But for me, I always chose Luigi, and then the badge that was Luigi's jump in Super Mario Bros. 2, where he like jumps and hovers a little bit,
Yeah, yeah.
where he like kicks his feet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so for me, I'm just playing like classic Luigi mode, and that's been very fun for me.
Nice. Who are the other characters? So obviously you got Mario, Luigi. I assume you're gonna have Peach and Toad.
Yeah, Peach and Toad and Nabbit and different Yoshis and stuff.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But I think Nabbit and Yoshi are like on easy mode. Like I don't think they can die or something like that.
Oh. The hell? He's a thief. He can die.
But yeah, I think this to help
I mean, come on.
to help the younger players because it does get pretty difficult.
Younger players. Nintendo trying to sell to kids so they have customers for a longer time. What a business practice.
Yeah, what a good model though. It works. It's the
Yeah, I
same
know.
model as the Nintendo is the Disney of video games, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. They definitely got more mascots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, mascots is the same. But that wraps up what we were playing. We should get into some gaming news now.
All
Do
right.
you mind if I go first on the gaming news? Because I have some short ones.
Please go right ahead.
Okay. The first topic of news I've brought today is that Mortal Kombat 1 breaks records with 6.2 million copies sold.
Yeet.
Um, it's crazy that they sold 6.2 million copies and they still dropped supporting the game so quickly.
Yeah. Thanks, Warner Brothers. Thanks,
I don't know what it
Asimov.
is that they have to stop like supporting the game so quickly like that.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay. WB Games and Warner Brothers, HBO, whatever you want to call them, they're in a whole tizzy of like, what are we even doing? WB Games has been not doing great for some time, or at least they've been trying to like sell them. And then their most recent focus has been like, all right, we're going to focus on 4 franchises that do really well for us, and that's it. I think it's 4. Harry Potter, mixed feelings. Mortal Kombat, Lord of the Rings, maybe it's 5. Game of Thrones, must be DC superheroes. Lord of the Rings,
Batman.
Batman. Yeah, DC.
I think they called out Batman
Oh,
specifically.
okay. Well, there's the big 5. They're like, that's our attention. We're not going to pay attention to anything else. And they've been canceling games left, right, and center and been struggling with the games in general. We had, I mean, you're talking about the end of the life support. That sounds awful. For Mortal Kombat 1. Apparently the devs had more time or more stuff planned for that at NetherRealm, so that sucks. Not that Mortal Kombat 1 to me was like the best Mortal Kombat game ever. Like, it was fine. I had fun with it, but I haven't played that or touched it in quite some time. You had the Suicide Squad game, which live service
Yuck.
did not do well. They had a whole plan for like free expansions, free characters, free stuff there, and that just shit the bed. Personally, I had a great time with it. Was it very grindy? Yes. Have I gone back and played any of the additional characters? No. Would I like to? I think about it from time to time. I'm not going to lie. But you had that bomb from Rocksteady of Arkham Asylum and Arkham franchise fame of the live service. That failed. You canceled a Wonder Woman game from Monolith Studios and then shut down the entire studio. You had the very successful Nemesis system in the
Shadow of Mordor.
Thank you very much. In those 2 games, you had the Nemesis system, which everybody absolutely loved, and you trademarked, which, all right, mixed feelings. You made it, whatever. That's locked. No one can use it. They were going to use it in the Wonder Woman game, and then they're like, nah, we're good. So, yeah, they've been really making some interesting choices over there. And also, sorry to ramble on your news story, but like even the DLC story for Mortal Kombat 1 with, it's not Aftermath, that was Mortal Kombat 11, whatever it's called, where they focus on Sub-Zero and the ninjas Cyrax and Sector and Smoke and his origins and Noob Saibot and his origins and the new timeline canon. That DLC story content sucked ass, to be honest. It felt way rushed. It didn't feel fleshed out. It didn't feel necessary. As like, we could have covered this in Mortal Kombat 2 or whatever on the new timeline. It was just like, ugh, yeah, this isn't great. So yeah, happy. Sales-wise, good for you. NetherRealm deserves it. They put in a lot of good work there, and there's a lot of good people there. It's just like, God, they are in quite the pickle there with their overlords of WB.
Yeah, it sounds like they're really pinching Mortal Kombat. That's probably why they stopped the support. They were like, okay, make another game because that'll make us more money. Whereas
Right.
supporting the game afterwards won't make as much money.
Right. And like, I guess time will tell. Like, are they going to straight to another Mortal Kombat? We haven't seen Injustice in ages. That was
Yeah, I'd love an Injustice 3 where they completely, but I want them to completely change the movesets.
Sure.
I didn't like how the movesets were the same in Injustice 1 and 2. Because you go online, you get the same Superman combo over and over again that I faced in Injustice 1.
Sure. Yeah, they had a lot of carryover, and then I know a lot of people had problems with Injustice, either both of them or the second one for range characters. People were playing those all the time. Personally, I loved Injustice 2, but I was mainly the towers, and I liked the
Yeah.
gear. And when they tried to make the gear a thing in Mortal Kombat 11 and 1, it was like, this isn't... Well, no, it's Mortal Kombat 11. Like, none of these pieces matter. The masks were the best part, and then everything else is like, that's a tiny little thing I'm never going to see during the fight. And then Mortal Kombat 1, they went very microtransactions heavy, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would go back to Mortal Kombat X for everything in general, but mostly where instead of having gear and like movesets like in Mortal Kombat 11, you just had 3 movesets per character. So every character is 3 characters essentially.
Yeah.
That was a really great system. So I wish they would go back to that kind of thing instead of the gear system.
Yeah, variations were a lot of fun. I can see how obviously that is more work. Like you said, it's 3 characters per one, so I can see why the hesitation there. I'm going to just keep dumping my Mortal Kombat knowledge in here. They did carry that over with Mortal Kombat 11. However, it was tied. You either had to unlock the moves, then equip them, or it was tied to gear. I don't know. There was something funky where you could customize it to your liking, add certain moves, change it up, but some of them were really hard to get to, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. And I love Mortal Kombat 11, but the fact that it was inconsistent builds instead of the consistent, like this is the moveset, made it like less competitive. And the competitive scene, nobody used the variation type thing. They all used the standard kit.
Yeah.
So it was kind of irrelevant. But not to spend too much time on Mortal Kombat.
Sorry, I just feel like Mortal Kombat knowledge.
No, that's great. I'm glad because I said they do deserve that 6.2 million copies sold, but it is just a bummer that Warner Brothers is such an overlord. Speaking of overlord, Unicorn Overlord is free on PlayStation Plus.
Oh shit! Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of this game or not.
Is this another JRPG?
It is not. It is a strategy game. It is a turn-based tactics game.
Oh, okay. Me. Wait.
Well, I thought I would bring it up just in case you wanted to download it and try some turn-based tactics stuff because it's free. Yeah. I haven't personally played it myself, so I can't give it the green check mark.
Sure.
But everybody in the tactics community raves over this game, so I think it's something worth checking out. Speaking of PlayStation, though, unfortunately, they raised their prices by $50 for the PS5.
I was wondering if this story was going to come up. Yeah, thanks.
And $100 for the digital version. $100, there's not even a disc drive in it. Come on.
Yeah, that's been a hot topic for a while. PlayStation's the last one of the big 3 to raise the prices. We had Xbox with their Xbox Series S and X go up not too long ago. The Nintendo Switch 2 obviously just launched back in June, but the base Nintendo Switch consoles have all gone up, which you would think, no, should go the other way of being the oldest of this generation. And then, yes, PlayStation as of yesterday, yeah, they're all bumped up. To no one's surprise in the global government sphere. But yeah, unfortunately, it is now taking effect and hitting close to home on that front. Yeah.
Imports, tax. Okay, sorry.
Tariff.
Yeah, tariffs. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, it sucks. It's funny because there's the internet's the internet, but it's funny how it's seeing one side of the audience to the PC side of things, being like, "Ooh, well, you should get a PC," and I'm like, you realize you're gonna be getting this too, right? Like. Just give it some time, Chief.
Yeah, the price of graphics cards are not going to last forever, and I've got to upgrade my graphics card, so I'm like very nervous. Got to upgrade it at some point. But yeah, it's scary out there for sure.
Yeah, it sucks. It's like a lot of things. It feels like you're getting priced out of your hobbies. And granted, in the grand scheme of things, are video games as important as compared to food and other things that are getting affected by this? No. But
yes.
This is called relatively gaming, not relatively politics. You don't want that from me. I'm not educated enough for that. So.
Oh, I could go off on a tangent, but I'm going to rein it into gaming news only.
Smart.
I think what you said about pricing out of your hobbies, I'm worried that like children aren't going to be able to game in the future because they're going to be asking their parents for a $700 PlayStation.
Yeah,
And that's not cool because like gaming was really important to my childhood and growing up. I'm sure it was for you as well.
sure.
So I really hope that doesn't affect the kids.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's unfortunately going to be having to make some adjustments. I don't think it's going to be the end of times. I'll try and put a positive spin on this, but yes, people are certainly going to have to be more selective of like what earns my dollar, what doesn't, what am I going to buy, what am I going to pass on. And we're all going to be just, it's going to be rough for a little bit. It's going to be that adjustment period, and hopefully it gets better with time.
Yeah. Well, on a happier note, Marvel Rivals Season 4 is heavily rumored to be on everyone's favorite day, September 11th.
Oh, never forget.
Yeah, never forget. But it's supposed to star Daredevil, is the rumor as well.
Okay.
So these rumors apparently come from a pretty good source. So we'll have to see if that's true. I would like to see Daredevil, but again, that's another DPS character.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. I don't remember if it was on podcast or not, but the Rivals devs have been like, yeah, we see what you guys are saying. Unfortunately, we got these plans. It's going to take a little while before we kind of balance the ship here. So
Yeah.
I get it. Development takes a while.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that pans out in the meantime. But I love Daredevil, so that's cool. And we could get some MCU Daredevil skins, which would be
Sure.
pretty fantastic.
I also saw, sorry, real quick, on TikTok, somebody was talking about this, and they're like, oh, 4.5. It's around Halloween time. Maybe we'll get some Halloween skins.
That would be cool. I'd be down for that. Or maybe they do Ghost Rider during Halloween or something like that.
That'd be smart. Ooh, Marvel Zombies costumes.
Marvel Zombies costumes. Oh, you could do Morbius, everyone's favorite character.
Hell yeah, Morbin time.
Oh man, I still not to go off on a tangent, but
who cares?
in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3,
Yeah.
a game that I adore,
Yeah.
I've like leveled up a lot of my characters to at least level 20.
Okay.
All of them except for Morbin time. Morbius, I hate him so much that I'm like, I'm not putting you on my team. I don't care if you give me a Midnight Suns bonus. I'm not putting you on my team.
Thanks a lot, Jared Leto. You ruined it for everybody. All the Morbiuses around the world.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to put him in every game. He's in Midnight Suns, unfortunately. The Midnight Suns standalone game, and I have not purchased that DLC intentionally.
Fair enough.
Okay, my last piece of news, though, that I'm bringing today, another quick one. Fallout 76 is revamping their entire camp system and base building system.
Oh.
Which I'm really excited about. They said that they're making it easier, making it less of a barrier of entry, because before in the game, you'd have to it's like 400 concrete to build a wall.
Oh, God.
And you're like, where the fuck is all the concrete? And you'd have to be looking for concrete, or you'd have to be you'd be constantly running out of wood. You'd have to be searching for it. And sure, that drives gameplay because you have to go back out into the world and find these materials. But man, is it frustrating when you have half a house built because you can't find the materials.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
So
that's good that they're adjusting and listening.
Yeah, so if anybody like Pop or Griff likes Fallout, I'd say now is a good time to give this game a chance. 76.
Yeah, that online component though, that's the big hang up.
Yeah, you can play solo.
Oh, you can? Can you? Well,
yeah.
Can you play solo but not have the other online players present?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. You can have private lobbies? Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the only time that you do is if you join a squad.
Sure.
Or I forget what it's called. It's like a group or whatever. But it's highly beneficial to do because every time your squad mates complete a quest, you get experience too.
Mm-hmm.
So I always join up with a squad of 4, and we're on complete opposite sides of the map. It's not like I'm interacting with anybody, but I'm getting cash bonuses and experience bonuses just for being on the team, which is fantastic.
That's cool. I'm glad that game has found an audience and is successful because I remember it was rough at the beginning.
Yeah, I've only put 67 hours into it, but I think I'm going to jump back in at some point and try and finish my base finally. I got a nice lakeside property. Because that's the other thing. Sometimes you'll try and put a property down, but it's another player on the server will have the camp. so you can't put it there. But I found this lakeside property that like nobody's ever at. It's like very far away from everything, unfortunately. But it's a beautiful house, so
Nice.
or it will be when I find more fucking concrete.
Nice.
Okay, and yeah, I know you probably have some gaming news for me.
Hello. So Gamescom 2025 happened, opening live as of recording this past week. So I know we did a live react / watch along on stream. Shout out twitch.tv/enigma911. Haha, selfish plug. So I just wanted to talk about some of the announcements there. Overall, the show, it seems like very mixed to low feelings of everybody coming out of this. There was a lot of good announcements, but there was a lot where it dragged, and just it wasn't connecting, like the World of Tanks double demo that we saw, or double trailer. What the fuck?
Oh, come on, you weren't excited by Delta Force?
No, it's out now, free to play. Everybody go enjoy it. No, I was not. And then Delta Force's follow up. But the biggest news to come out of Gamescom is Silksong. Silksong is finally confirmed. It is happening this year. As of yesterday, they had their own announcement on their YouTube channel that it is coming out on September 4th. So Hollow Knight fans, you're ready to go for Silksong. I'm excited for you guys. The devs did an interview. It's been a lengthy project. I think it's been 7 years that this has been in development. And I'm happy to hear that the devs feel very positive about the building experience the entire time. Like, they didn't feel crunch. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement and hype build around this game with the audience. They didn't feel negatively of like the pressures there or anything like that. It seems like it was a good, fun experience and healthy experience for all the devs there at Team Cherry. So I'm just really happy for them. I've only dipped my toes into Hollow Knight just because everybody talks about it, and I love the art style. The Metroidvania aspect of it, I'm a little like, but it's something I'd like to try. So I'm just happy that, you know, people are excited and that it's actually coming out this year, because it's been like MIA forever.
Yeah. Well, it's good that they haven't had crunch and that they've been able to work at their own pace. That's fantastic and very rare in the games industry.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Hollow Knight did very well, so I'm guessing the excitement and money from that allowed them to have that freedom. So good to hear.
Yeah.
Personal highlights. I'll just go everything really, really quick. Lego DC Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, mashing up a lot of different Batman films and iconography together. We love a Lego game here, so excited for that. That was a fun announcement. We have an indie game called Unbeatable coming out November 6th. Apparently there's been demos for this on Steam for a while, leading back to the pandemic, but essentially it is a rhythm game. You are making music and doing crimes, because music is outlawed, like Footloose. So it seems like that'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
One that caught my attention was La Divina Commedia. I apologize for my pronunciation. I saw the developers for this, Jamma, Jyamma, and I was like, why does that sound familiar? This is from the Anotria devs. So Anotria came out, I believe, last year, and it is a Souls-like based on like Italian Renaissance art, and their whole gimmick was masks. And depending on the mask you have equipped, you can have 2 to 3. You can swap styles, and it like changes your combat style. I've played a bit of it offline, just for myself. I loved it, and it's very bright and colorful compared to a lot of Souls-like, where it's dark and grim and gloomy.
Yeah.
If you're into Souls-like, I recommend it. I wouldn't say it's like the best thing ever, but I did have a good time with that. So I'm excited just for that team to be like, oh shit, you already have something else that's coming out. No dates or anything. It was just a teaser. Moonlighter 2 is coming to early access on October 23rd. So this is a mix of dungeon crawler and salesman, upkeeper type thing. I don't even know how I'm describing that. Moonlighter 1's fantastic. Highly recommend that game. It's been out since 2016-ish, maybe 2015. I've put a lot of hours into that. Highly recommend it. We were talking about Cult of the Lamb earlier. Cult of the Lamb is getting a paid expansion DLC in 2026. 2 new regions, whole new area for your farming. So that Ghost of Yotai, October 2nd. Confirmed that. I mean, we already knew that. But they also showed off Legends, which is like their fantasy-based PvE mode. Never played the first one in Tsushima, but pretty cool. Happy for people there. If you own the base game, it's free. I think you could buy it on its own too, if you want to. But last teaser we got was Black Myth. I am not even going to attempt this pronunciation because I'm going to butcher it big time. Enjoyed Wukong a lot. This seems like it's... I don't know if it's connected. It's obviously connected with the Black Myth, like, overworld, I guess you could say. But just intrigued for more of their Souls-like combat. And Jeff Keighley also did tease that this isn't the end for the Adventure to the West, so we'll probably get a sequel eventually to Wukong. And then last but not least, the big one, Resident Evil 9 Requiem. We have a confirmation of a release date of February 27th, 2026. Gameplay is going out there as people are getting hands-on time at Gamescom, and the big beastie that is like your Mr. X and Nemesis looks terrifying. So, good stuff.
I'm so excited for Resident Evil 9. I can't tell you how much.
Nice.
Well, that's fantastic. It's a very healthy news section. A lot of stuff going on in the gaming world right now.
Yes.
Which is good. But now we're going to switch over to a segment we do where we teach each other about different topics that maybe the other person doesn't know that much about. And maybe we'll teach you, the viewer, as well, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Today, I've got quite a lengthy topic, but I'm gonna make it as fast as possible.
No worries.
I'm giving you just a sliver of this world because you said you know nothing about Warhammer 40,000.
Oh God, yep.
So I've brought the chunky rule book here.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if you can see it with the.
It's all right. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I've got the chunky 500-page rule book here that I flipped through and to refresh my memory. This is a game that I've played, a tabletop game that I played in high school. So I know a lot of the myth and stuff because I was obsessed with it in high school. In fact, my senior year of high school, I spent Halloween night in a lock-in tournament all night. Yeah, it was very fun. But anyway, just to get your toes in, you don't know anything about 40K, right?
So I've already learned that it is a tabletop game. I did not know that. The only thing I've seen, just in like the video game side of thing, is obviously these trailers pop up from time to time. They always claim like, oh, this is a long-awaited sequel. And I'm like, you're showing the same big guy, puffy shoulder armor, taking on all these monsters, chainsaw blade thingy, right? Like you see that from time to time. I know Henry Cavill's like insane and really obsessed with it.
Yes.
But yeah, no.
It's a whole hobby unto itself, basically.
Sure.
But not going on the hobby. We're not getting into the hobby side of things. We're going to get directly into the lore, the fluff, as we call it. So there's a man, and he's named the Emperor of Mankind, or just the Emperor for short.
Okay.
And he was born on Earth around 8000 BC in Turkey. So, unlike other humans, he was immortal or perpetual. So he just never dies. And that's because hundreds of shamans sacrificed themselves and pooled their souls into this man in the year 8000 BC. Okay. So they did that. They made this immortal person. So he has latent psychic powers, psychic energy, and also, more importantly, he just waited around. Like, he saw the era of Jesus Christ. He saw World War II. He saw, the Civil War and stuff. And he just, watched all of this stuff in humanity and waited around and learned and everything. And his eventual goal was to make humanity unified and better. Okay. So, some people called him a king, a prophet, a scientist, a warrior, all these things where he was in the background pulling the strings. I'm sorry if you hear a motorcycle in the background right now.
Oh, good.
Okay. But he wanted to shepherd humanity towards enlightenment. But unfortunately, what happened in the 25th millennium to the 30th millennium, we discovered aliens, aliens attacked Earth. And there's also warp storms. So the warp is this alternate dimension. That's basically hell in space, and there are demons in it. And these warp storms would open, and there'd be pockets of demons that would spill out and stuff. So Earth got ravaged and destroyed, and basically overtaken by techno barbarians.
Okay.
Because Earth what do you call it? Regressed into like a barbaric feudal state because of all the alien chaos and stuff. It like destroyed the governments of the world and everything. So the Emperor of Mankind was like, okay, I guess I can't just sit in the shadows anymore. So he genetically modified humans, and he made them called the Thunder Warriors. They were like 9 feet tall and like super strong. These are like the proto Space Marines, like before Space Marines existed.
Okay.
Because he started genetically modifying them. And then he took over the planet. He decided no more religion. He killed all the churches. He decided no more government except for my government. He unified all the governments of the world and unified the planet. And once the planet was unified, he had the idea of spreading humanity across the stars. That's exactly what we did. We used AI technology to. So I like how I said we, because I'm definitely in the 35th millennium.
You're invested.
Yeah. The humans spread themselves across the stars with the aid of AI technology before AI went bad. That's a whole other story for a different time, though.
Sure.
But that's the Emperor of Mankind. And so what he did after all that, after we've spread to the stars and stuff, he started making Space Marines. Now, each Space Marine has an implantation of 19 special organs, collectively called the gene seed.
Okay.
And some of these organs are a secondary heart. So they have 2 hearts. Asmodula, which strengthens and enlarges the skeleton. Space Marines are like 10 feet tall. The biscopia, which massively increases muscle mass. The Lehrman's organ rapidly clots blood and super healing. They've got a catalepsian node. Lets Marines stay alert without sleep, so they don't have to sleep. And the Priamor and Ophagia resist toxin and absorb memories by eating flesh.
Oh.
So if they eat the dead flesh of someone, they can see what their memories were, basically.
Oh, lovely. Okay, I didn't realize we had cannibalism in this.
Yes. You can eat the flesh of other things, because
sure.
in this universe, there's plenty of aliens and things, which is why Earth was ravaged. So that's what a Space Marine is. They're genetically modified. They go through a very intense training. They also have multi-lungs, black carapace, which is like a metal underlayer that uses to connect to their suit.
Okay.
But they go through brutal training and indoctrination and psychological training to become like these super soldiers. Imagine if like there was an army of Master Chiefs, basically, but Master Chief was also 10 feet tall and had 2 lungs and 2 hearts, or not 2 lungs, 3 lungs and 2 hearts and all this crazy stuff. So that's what Space Marines are. That's what the puffy shoulders and everything that you see.
Gotcha.
That's called carapace armor that they wear. It's very thick. It can withstand bolter fire, which is a gun that shoots a rocket, basically, like a rocket-propelled bullet.
Okay.
Which is what they have. But it can withstand those, which most creatures and things cannot withstand the bolter fire because it is a rocket-propelled bullet and it explodes. And it's coming from a machine gun, so you shoot a bunch of them at a time, and just all these explosions. They're very powerful. But that's what Space Marines are. That's what the Emperor is who created them. And that's just a little snippet, little tidbit of Warhammer 40k. Just a slice of the world.
Wow. Okay. So, see, I don't know where to ask because I'm like, I don't know where you want to expand and where you want to stay for later.
Sure, ask anything.
So in terms of the board game, is it like D&D style? Like, is that what it is, or is it like more of a Risk?
No, it's a war game.
Okay.
And so what that is asymmetrical warfare.
Okay.
So you set up a table. I forget the exact dimensions. It's been a while since I played. But we played on like a ping pong table, and you put terrain everywhere.
Yep.
And you have to, if you want to play Warhammer 40k, you have to build your own models and paint them. So that's where the hobby aspect comes into. That's what Henry Cavill does as well. He builds and paints his own models, which is like respected. Because I could never get on the painting. The painting is very hard
Sure.
and difficult, in my opinion. The building the models, not so much. They have an instruction booklet and
Okay.
they have like plastic glue. They make it pretty simple to build the models. You just have to like make sure you smooth off the sprue marks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty simple. So yeah, you have to construct your own army, and then you play on a massive table. I think it's 4x8. Um, you play on this massive table, and you have terrain and stuff, and you have dice, and you use what do you call it? Tape measures, because it'll be like this model can shoot guns 24 inches. This model can shoot guns 36 inches, and you measure from there and be like, oh, you're within range of my gun, and then you would roll and attack with the guns and stuff.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, this is really intricate. Huh. I mean, that's
Yeah,
impressive. It's like,
there's
wow.
like different rules if a model's like in a building or if the model's standing behind cover or like in the open. There's like different rules for
Mm-hmm.
everything and stuff. It is very intricate. It's very complicated, but it's also pretty easy once you know the rules.
Sure. So I know D&D campaigns, obviously week to week sessions can take a couple hours. People lock in. Like, what's the usual length of a game for Warhammer?
Oh gosh, if you're playing, depends how many points you're playing. If you're playing 1,500 points, I would say it'd probably take about 3 hours maybe.
Okay.
But if you're playing 2,000 points, it could go on for 4 hours or so.
Okay. All right.
So
So
my
this isn't a
friends and
low
I,
dose investment. Yeah.
yeah, it's my friends and I would go down to the game store and we would spend like all day there. Basically, we'd take breaks in the middle of the game to go eat
Sure.
and stuff like that because they're so long.
All
But
right.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's just you got to build and paint the models though. You got to do your homework, and
Sure.
that's a lot of people don't want to do that.
Are there restriction like with your building and your painting? Are there restrictions or limitations of like what you can bring to the table? Can you only have so many certain units? Is it just bring what you got? And
It's there's like formations and stuff.
okay.
So you choose a formation, and the formation will say uh you can have this many troops, this many fast attack, this many heavies.
Okay.
Every model has like a tag of like what type it is,
Okay.
and then you choose from there. So like a lot of times, I'm going back to fifth edition, which makes me old because they're on like ninth edition now.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, but in fifth edition rules, it was generally you could bring like three heavy attacks, and so the heavy attacks would be like tanks.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have up to three tanks,
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that sounds really cool. But like you said, yeah, that is quite the lift to get into it, I guess. Um, yeah, I didn't realize it was so expansive in terms of like. Obviously, I assume there's got to be books, novels, other stuff about this, like fantasy. Then you got the
Oh,
board
there's
game
thousands of
aspects,
literally thousands of novels.
and then you got the video game side of it. So it's like, oof. It really, I mean, that's nice. I guess you have an entry point for whatever floats your boat, whatever you're interested in. Like, there's a way to fit it into your interest level. I guess I just didn't realize. I guess the amount of lore that went into it. Like, obviously, I've only seen the video game side of it, so it was like, yeah, just waves of things you're shooting. I don't get it. Like,
Yeah, but there's all sorts of intricate knowledge on all the different units and stuff, and there's a lot of different armies that you can play.
mm,
There's like at least like 9 or 10 factions for the humans alone,
okay,
and then you get into all the aliens, and then you get into the demons, and then you get into the chaos, which that would probably be my next lesson is what happened. Why are there bad space marines? You got to get into that. That's a whole thing.
mm-hmm.
That's called the Horus Heresy, and that's a whole thing unto itself. There's a Horus Heresy book line that I believe is over 100 books
Dang.
describing just the Horus Heresy, which is pretty insane. I've read like two of them.
And is it usually like one person versus one person, or like if you had a group of 4 people, could you do 2v2? Could you do like free for all?
Oh yeah, you could absolutely do free for all in 2v2. One of my favorite matches. A lot of times, I had my neighbors were the ones that I was playing with a lot, and it was two kids and me, so it'd be the three of us. So we would just play free for all with all three of us, and it was very fun that way.
Okay. And then is there like is there anywhere you work cooperatively, like a dungeon master type situation, or is it all just this player versus player?
It's all player versus player,
Okay.
unless you have somebody on your team.
Mm-hmm.
but there's no like dungeon master or anything.
Okay.
There are tournaments though, because the rules are they're well designed where they can be competitive. So there are lots of tournaments and stuff, and there'll be a referee in those situations. But yeah, which has got to be hard to pay attention to a game for 3 hours
Sure.
to referee it. Although in a tournament they kind of concise it down a little bit. They make it faster. They make it like an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Yeah, they have certain restrictions and stuff. But yeah,
Cool.
it's a lot of fun. It's a whole world universe, like you were saying.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I spent doing in high school for sure. But yeah, now on to gaming back again. What game are you excited for?
All right, so this week's shout out is a special one. It's coming out later this year. We don't have a release date yet. Damn it. But it's way different than any of the games we've been talking about. I'd like to shout out Powerwash Simulator 2.
Nice.
Talk about something that took me by surprise, as I'm sure it took all of us who have jumped into Powerwash Simulator 1 by surprise. It is an amazing game. It sounds like the stupidest thing ever, like many of these simulators, Truck Driver Simulator, all that crap, you know. But man, oh man, Powerwash just awakens something inside of you of like relief, joy, peace. Cleaning off some objects, hearing the dings as parts get fully cleaned left, right, and center, from vehicles to houses to whatever they may throw you in, a skate park, etc. And yeah, Powerwash 2 is coming out later this year, and boy oh boy, I cannot wait for that endorphin rush and just the happy feelings, you know, to just flood back in. It seems like the devs, with their success of the first one, have obviously continued what they've been doing, but they've expanded on what they're going to offer in this one, whether it's the tools that are, you know, available to you, or the convoluted story. Yes, there is a story if you pay attention that they're going to have going along. So yeah, I'm just impatiently waiting for this. I keep up to tabs on socials of just like, there's an update here, they're showing this off, they're showing that off, and it's just like, can you come out, please? Another one that held me over for a little while waiting for this was Spray Paint Simulator from Wildthorn Games. That might be wrong. I'm so sorry. But it was good. Wasn't the same. But yeah, it's just like, God, I want this one to come out. Come on. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've never played Powerwash Simulator, but I feel like I should.
Yes, you should.
I mean, I have a power wash machine in my garage.
That's
Maybe
not the same.
Have you seen those reverse graffiti things where people power wash advertisements onto the sidewalks?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because it's not illegal, and also it just makes the city want to clean the sidewalks to get rid of the advertisements.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah. I am excited for staying on theme. I'm excited for a Warhammer 40k game.
But no,
called Dark Heresy.
Okay.
Now Dark Heresy is actually a Dungeons and Dragons style game based in the Warhammer 40k universe. You work with Inquisitors who tell you what to do, and I'll get into Inquisitors at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, that's a Dungeons and Dragons game that I played extensively. Actually, I had a Dark Heresy group. I played with them for maybe 6 years. We met once a week, once every 2 weeks, I think it was. It's very fun. You like go do investigations and things like that. So it's being made by Owlcat Games.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Owlcat Games at all.
Sounds a little familiar.
They made Pathfinder games, like Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous and stuff. They just made Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, also based off of a Dungeons and Dragons style game. And it was phenomenal. It's one of my favorite CRPGs, the first CRPG in the Warhammer 40k universe. So it plays like Baldur's Gate 3. It just does not have the same amount of money behind it. so you don't get those amazing cutscenes every time you talk to somebody.
Okay.
It's usually a lot of text and reading,
Mm-hmm.
but the gameplay itself is like a turn-based tactical system, so
Mm-hmm.
it's very fun. So I hope they're gonna bring that to Dark Heresy, and I'm very excited for that. Like I said, just because I've played the board game of Dark Heresy so much,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Can
pen and
you
paper game.
can you remind me what is CRPG?
Classic RPG or computer RPG.
Thank you.
It stands for both.
Okay. RPG
But
is a
that would
role
be like,
playing game for anybody who was disconnected there.
yeah. So that's like, but the Baldur's Gate franchise, like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Okay.
Oftentimes, CRPGs are real time combat with pause.
Okay.
I would even consider the very first Dragon Age game is a CRPG. I would consider it that. I don't know if you ever played the first Dragon Age game, Dragon Age Origins. Highly recommend it.
Wait, Origins 360 era?
Yeah, 360 era.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the first game. I thought, oh, I mean, it makes sense. Origins, duh. But I thought that was just another title in their lineup. Yeah, I did dip my toes into it because Steven, our cousin, was playing it, and I think I watched him play a bit of it, and I was like, oh, this looks really cool. And then I dove into it, and I think I got like level locked out of it. I was like, I suck. So I stopped playing.
Yeah, it can be an unforgiving game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a CRPG for sure because it's got the real time with pause combat. I hate real time with pause combat, so I don't play a lot of CRPGs. But these ones have been turn based and they've been like tactical on a grid, and I absolutely eat that shit up. I love that. So
Gotcha. All right.
that's my bread and butter.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's all we've got for today. Thank you everybody for watching Relatively Gaming. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Brett, for being on the show as always.
Thank you. Always
Yeah,
blessed.
and yeah, I'm gonna go play some Warhammer. Have a great time, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thanks.